On the night Ada finally combed her hair, the entire village heard the screaming. Not just her screaming. Something else screamed with her. Something that had been waiting inside her hair for 16 years. By morning, the villagers gathered outside her father's hut, whispering the same thing they had whispered since the day she was born. We warned them, she must never comb her hair. But by then, it was already too late. Long before the screams began, Ada was the most beautiful girl in the village of Umudara. Her skin shone like fresh palm oil under the sun. Her eyes were calm like the river at dawn. But what people noticed most was her hair. Her hair was thick, wild, untamed. It flowed like dark vines down her back. Yet no one had ever seen Ada comb it. Not once. Not when she was 5. Not when she was 10. Not even when she turned 16. Her mother simply tied it with cloth and left it untouched. The other girls laughed sometimes. "Doesn't your mother know how to braid hair?" Ada would smile quietly. But she never answered. Because deep down, she also wondered. Why didn't her mother ever touch her hair? When Ada was born, something strange happened. The midwife almost ran out of the hut. Ada's hair shocked everyone. Newborn babies usually had soft little strands, but Ada was born with a full head of thick hair. Long. Too long. The midwife whispered nervously, "This child is not ordinary." Ada's grandmother, Momankem, immediately stepped forward. Old Momankem was the village's most respected elder. She looked at the baby's hair carefully. Then her face turned pale. She ordered everyone to leave the hut except Ada's parents. Then she said something that changed Ada's life forever. "This child must never comb her hair." Ada's mother laughed nervously. "Why?" Momankem did not laugh. "Because something is living in it." Silence filled the hut. Ada's father scoffed. "Mother, please. Stop these superstitions." "But Mama." Nkem grabbed his arm. Her voice trembled. "If you value this village, if you value your daughter, you will listen to me." Then she said the words no one ever forgot. "If her hair is combed, the gates will open." As Ada grew, the rumors grew with her. Children whispered strange things. Sometimes they claimed her hair moved on its own. Sometimes they said they heard faint whispers when they stood behind her. Once, during a windy evening, Ada felt something strange. Her hair lifted slightly. But the wind had stopped. Yet it still moved. Softly. Like fingers brushing through it. Ada quickly tied it with cloth and ran home. That night she asked her mother the question she had held for years. "Mother, why can't I comb my hair?" Her mother froze. Then she hugged her tightly. "You must never ask that again." Ada noticed something strange. Her mother was crying. When Ada turned 15, the dreams started. At first they were small. She dreamt of a woman sitting behind her, combing her hair slowly. Softly. Gently. The comb made a strange scratching sound. Scratch. 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 Then the woman would whisper. Soon. Ada always woke up sweating. But one night the dream changed. Ada tried to turn around to see the woman. But she couldn't move. The woman kept coming. Slowly. Then Ada finally saw her reflection in a mirror. But the woman behind her had no face. Just darkness. The faceless woman whispered again. Soon, someone will open the gate. One market day, Ada met a traveling hair braider. The woman was famous for making the most beautiful braids in the region. She looked at Ada's hair with excitement. My child. Your hair is a blessing. Ada hesitated. I cannot comb it. The woman laughed loudly. Who told you that nonsense? Ada whispered, "My grandmother." The woman rolled her eyes. These old people and their stories. She leaned closer. "Come tomorrow morning. I will braid it beautifully." For the first time in her life, Ada felt tempted. That evening, Ada's grandmother noticed something strange. Ada's hair looked restless. Mom grabbed her hand. "Did someone touch your hair?" Ada shook her head. But Mom looked deeply worried. She began performing small protective prayers. Burning herbs. Drawing chalk symbols near the doorway. Ada had never seen her grandmother this afraid. Before sleeping, Mom whispered a warning. "If anyone tries to comb your hair, run." Ada frowned. "But why?" Mom looked into the darkness before answering. "Because what lives inside your hair is not meant to walk among the living." The next morning, Ada did something she had never done before. She disobeyed her grandmother. She went to the market woman. The woman sat her down under a tree. "Relax," she smiled. "Your hair just needs love." Then she brought out a wooden comb. Ada felt sudden cold run through her body. The wind stopped. Birds stopped singing. The woman lifted Ada's hair. Then she placed the comb inside. Scratch. The sound echoed strangely. Scratch. Ada felt something move. Inside her hair. Scratch. Then the woman froze. Her hand trembled. "Did you feel that?" Ada's voice shook. "Yes." The woman tried to laugh it off. But when she pulled the comb out, something black clung to its teeth. "Eh? No." It moved. The comb suddenly snapped. Ada's head jerked violently backward. Her hair began moving wildly. Like thousands of snakes waking up. The market woman screamed. Then something whispered from Ada's hair. A deep voice. Old. Angry. "Who dares open the gate?" Everyone in the market froze. Ada started screaming. But another voice screamed with her. Louder. Darker. Not human. Villagers ran in every direction. The ground began shaking. Ada collapsed as her hair spread across the ground like living roots. Mom arrived running. The moment she saw the broken comb, she fell to her knees. "Oh no," she whispered. "They opened it." Then Ada slowly stood up. But something was wrong. Her eyes were no longer hers. And behind her, her shadow had two heads. Mom gathered the villagers and finally revealed the secret. Long ago, before Ada was born, the village had angered a powerful forest spirit. A spirit called the Hair Keeper. It punished the village by hiding itself inside the hair of the first child born that year. That child was Ada. The spirit slept for 16 years. But the spell had one rule. If her hair was combed, the spirit would awaken and claim the entire village. That night Ada walked slowly through the village. Her hair dragged across the ground like dark rivers. People locked their doors. Children cried quietly. Then Ada stopped in the middle of the village square. Her voice spoke. But it was no longer her voice. It was the spirit's voice. "You opened the gate. Now I will collect what is owed." Then the screaming began. Mom realized the only way to stop the spirit was to shave Ada's hair completely. But there was a terrible problem. If they cut it, Ada might die with the spirit. If they didn't, the entire village would perish. Mom cried as she held the knife. "Forgive me, my child." Ada looked at her with tears. "Please save everyone." The knife cut through the first lock of hair. The entire village heard a scream. Not from Ada, but from the spirit. The sky turned black. Wind howled through the trees. Then suddenly, silence. When the storm ended, Ada lay unconscious on the ground. Her head completely shaved. The spirit was gone. But Momankem whispered something terrifying. Pray the hair never grows back. Because deep inside the earth, something was still whispering. Next time, the gates will stay open. And that is why in Umudara village, whenever a child is born with strange hair, they never allow anyone to commit.